Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. In this video, I am going to discuss column data profiling. Okay, in Power BI. So in Power Query Editor, we get connected to the any of the source and we fetch the data from the specific source. Okay, but in Power Query Editor, you are not allowed to view the entire data set. Okay, so to check the column data quality, okay, to check the column data distribution and to understand the data in Power Query Editor, we go for data profiling option. That is what is the feature already have in Power Query Editor. Okay, if I open the Power Query Editor in Power BI, so if I connect to any of the source and if I select this column profiling, okay, I'm just selecting one Excel file, I'm just loading the data from Excel, and if I say click OK. Okay, so here in front of you, there is one view, okay, which looks like kind of chart and all, but this is actually a column profiling, column data profiling. Okay, so what we can understand by looking at this, first of all, where are the options available to enable this? Okay, so if you go to the view, here you have all the options. You have all the three options: column quality, column distribution, and column profile. Okay, if I untick all the options, I will not see any kind of data quality or any kind of distribution. Okay, fine. Now, okay, so by looking at the column, okay, I can only view in query editor, I can only view almost few values or maybe maximum 1,000 values. Okay, not more than that. Okay, because in Power Query Editor we may have millions of records, millions of rows. It is not possible to view that record, but yes, based on first 1,000 row, okay, we can identify if is there any error into the data, is there any empty values into the data, or is there any or whether all my values are valid or not. I am just going to click column quality. Okay, the moment I select column quality, you can see this kind of message, okay, here, and which is going to show you, okay, how many values are valid out of 1,000 values, first 1,000 values. Okay, and these numbers are in percentage. Okay, so if all the values are valid, it will say 100%. If 50% values are in error state, okay, so that it will say that 50% are valid, 50% are error. Okay, so total values, total 1,000 values will be divided into the percentage based on the number of values it founds, number of values it founds. Okay, fine. So next is empty. What is mean by empty? If there is no value for the specific cell in the source, and if we fetch the data, okay, that cell will be treated as an empty cell. And if you look at my next column, that is customer ID. Okay, so here you can see that my data set has few empty values. Okay, and I see I don't have first 10 values. As if I compare the 10 value with 1,000 values, so it is just a 1%, and that is what reflecting here, that is what showing here. Okay, so this is 1%. This 1% says I have empty values of 1% into my data set based on first 1,000 rows only. Okay, this column profiling and distribution quality works on first 1,000 rows only. Okay, then if you want, if you have errors, it will show the errors here, and if you don't have any error, it will show how many percentage of data is valid. Okay, this is just an overview to identify whether any error is existing to your column or not. Okay, so this is how it works. Fine. this is all about column quality. Okay, if you want to see the column distribution, just go and select column distribution. The moment you select column distribution, it shows you two values. First value is distinct value, second value is unique value. What is mean by, or what is the difference between distinct and unique? Obviously there is a difference, otherwise why they have added these two kinds of validations for the data, right? If you look at next sales here, in order date I have 653 distinct values, but I have only 418 unique values. How it differs? What is the difference between distinct and unique? It is a bit confusing for the people who are new to this. Okay, so let's understand this. I will open the Excel. Okay, just I will give an example so that you can understand what is mean by okay. In rather than going to this, okay, fine. I will explain here it. Okay, suppose there is a column called name. Okay, and I have a name called Brahma. Okay, this is my first name. Another name I will add as Aditya. Another name I will add as Shivraj. Okay, but names may get repeated into the same column. That is possible, right? Even in the name field, okay, if you take the names of any class or any company, so peoples may have same name. So that is possible. Okay, and if I found Brahma here, okay, and then I will say Sharwari. Okay, this is the next name. Then I will say Nivrutti. This is another name. I will say Yogesh. This is one. Okay, these are the kinds of names. And let me say that this is the common name. So Yogesh will get repeated. Maybe Shivraj will get repeated. Okay. So in this way, I have a data. Okay. And now what I want to do, I wanted to find out the unique names, the names which are not getting repeated is considered as a unique name. Okay, so if you look at this, okay, I'm just going to highlight, I'm just using this conditional formatting to highlight duplicate values. Okay, and I have three names. Okay, Aditya, Sharwari and Nivrutti. These three names are unique names. Okay, so my unique count will be three. Okay, unique count will be 3. Okay. Apart from this, there is one more distribution, that is distinct. Okay. Now, how distinct is differ? Okay. Distinct is, it will just consider all the unique value, plus it will consider duplicate value, but not repeated times. Meaning, if Brahma is occurring 2 times, it will consider Brahma as a 1. Okay. If Shivraj is occurring 2 times, it will consider Shivraj as a 1. If Yogesh is occurring 2 times, it will consider Yogesh as a 1. Okay, not necessary to have the 2 times only. Okay, value can be any number of times, but it in distinct, okay, what it will do, it will simply go. Okay, it will simply go and it will remove the duplicates. Okay, and it will take the count. Okay, if I go and simply say remove the duplicate, so this is what my distinct values. So in distinct, I have a 6 values. Okay, so basically, if you remove the duplicates from that column, you will get a distinct count, but you will not get a unique count. Unique meaning the value which occurred only once. The value which occurred only once. Then how to get a unique count? You can simply go and filter, okay, by highlighting duplicates. Simply no fill. Oh, I don't want sort. I want to sort by no fill. Okay, and if you remove all the records which are duplicate into that column, you will get a unique count. Okay, so this is how it works. This is the difference between unique and distinct. In the same way, it is working here. Okay, so in this order ID column, I can say all my values are unique and all values, okay, all 1000 values are distinct. Okay, meaning the values are not repeated. Obviously, if it is none of the values getting repeated, we can consider that the value as a unique. Okay, so this is how it works. In case of, okay, ship mode, if you look at ship mode, all I have only 4 types of ship modes. Okay, first class, same day, second class, standard class. Okay, nothing more than this. And all these modes are getting repeated. Okay, if all the modes are getting repeated, what it will do, it will not consider that mode as a unique. Okay, rather what it will do, it will consider four distinct values. Okay, this is how it works by just selecting the column distribution. Okay, then we have something called column profile. Okay, this is if you enable this and if you select any column, you will get in-depth chart or column distribution. Okay, but this distribution is not, okay, this is a statistical distribution. It gives you the count of values. Okay, if I say segment, if I click on the segment, okay, so what it will do, it will consider first 1000 rows, and out of 1000 rows, how many errors are there, how many empty cells are there, how many distinct values are there. So I have 3 distinct values only because I have 3 segments only. If I filter this, you will get, okay, minimum value is consumer, maximum value is consumer. This is what this is just based on the sorting. Okay, but this will be helpful in case of number column. Okay, but it shows the output. Okay, it shows all these things based on only first 1000 rows. Fine. After that, okay, if you want to change this distribution, you can change. Here you have an option to group the value in 2 different ways. Okay, you can group by value or you can group by value length. Okay, so 8, 9, 11 is my value length. Based on that, you will get a count. Okay, so here if you over the mouse on the bar, you will see that 505, meaning 50% values. Okay, 50% values are of segment. Okay, so this is how what kind of segment is this, we need to find. Okay, segment is a column name that is showing 187 does not equals to. So again, you have a filtering option and all, but that is fine. So I selected this. Okay, I do not need to select that. Okay, I can go and untick. Okay, if you select date column, what will happen? If I select the date column, I will get a more options to group by. Okay, if I go here, I can group by all the values by year. So I can see how many values in 1000 value, first 1000 value. Okay, what is the number of values sitting in 2014 year, what is the number of values sitting in 2015 year, what is the number of values sitting in 2016 and 17. So year wise I can see the count of value, and this is what kind of distribution. If you want to change this to month, okay, you can change this. So this is how you have options to analyze. So just to view the summary of data, how your data is spread, what is the frequency and distribution. So these kinds of statistical analysis you can do by using this column profiling. Okay, column distribution shows you the number of unique values and number of distinct value, and it will show you frequency and its distribution in sorted way, ascending to descending. Okay, highest bar will be always started from starting. Okay, here you can see that I have 4 values. First value is, there will be something. Okay, you will not get in detail view of your data here, but you can see that there is a one type or one value from this column which has more count as compared to other values. So this is how it works column profiling, you can simply identify what kind of data or what is the range of data into your data set by looking at the profiling. Okay. And if you want to copy the data, you can copy. Okay. If I enable this column profiling here, you have an option to copy column statistic. Okay. You can copy that statistic here. Also, you have an option to copy the visual distribution. So you can copy that also. Okay. You can change and you can copy. It's up to you what you want to do. Okay. So this is all about the column distribution and column profiling. And in the view tab, suppose you wanted to hide this formula bar, you can unselect this and your formula bar will get hidden. Then if you don't want to see the query setting, you can untick this. It will hide the query setting pane also. So you have options to this. Okay. If you want to jump to the any specific column, you can select and jump. Okay. So here you have an option to go to column. Okay. And you may want to see what and all transformation we have done into the this query. So you can click and you will get, okay, you will get a code which is in M language. M language is specifically used for Power Query editor transformation. Okay. So this is how you can use this view tab also from Power Query editor in Power BI. So I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. And it is taking time. Okay, have a nice day. Please do not forget to subscribe web channel.